Good evening, lovely spirits. It's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. And today I want to do this video called Love Conscious. Very deep. Love Conscious. Now, in order for everyone to grasp this video, I'm going to need everyone to relax themselves. Bring yourself down. Calm yourself. Humble yourself. Try to find that memory of love or happiness. It's a deep thing. You can't be in riled up spirits trying to grasp a delicate thing. Grasp that. You can't be heavy-handed trying to carry something delicate. So my point is, I need you to be in a certain state of being to receive certain information I give you. If you're riled up, hostile, full up with hate, it's going to be hard for you to grasp love conscious. It's all about adjusting your being. Therefore, you can grasp. It's like a lens. You have to adjust your lens so you can see. You may be looking at something, and when I say adjust your lens, you may, turn your head to the side, ponder on the thing, really get a... Sometimes you got to adjust your lens and really focus in on something. And it's the same with knowledge and receiving it. You have to be lined up with whatever you're receiving. This is what I mean by going with the flow of life. You have to be in tune in every aspect. Mind, body, and spirit has to be in tune with whatever the topic is, whatever the goal is. Now, I'm about to do this video on love conscious. So I need you to be in that state of being. Now, a lot of things I teach, they come from the omnipresent side of life. When I say omnipresence, I mean unphysical, spiritual. But this is not to separate unphysical from physical, because they're one and the same. So I don't want you to think when I say I teach from the unphysical or spiritual side of things that it's separate from the physical. The unphysical manifests itself into the physical. So the unphysical is first. So I break things down from the root. My point of saying this is, a lot of things I teach, they may sound foreign to you. Like, where's he getting this from? Well, I'm getting it from the root. To grasp anything in the physical, you must go to the unphysical, because that is the root, the foundation of the physical. Grasp. Water is physical, but when you heat water, it evaporates, vaporizes. It becomes unphysical. Now, as it cools, it becomes physical again, meaning it will become water again. So the unphysical manifests itself into the physical, and then it goes back unphysical, and it's all one and the same. It's all tied in. So I don't want you to get thrown off when I'm teaching, because it's a very deep thing. I truly want y'all to grasp everything I say. A lot of brothers get lost in the jealousy and envy. They'll throw dirt, they'll throw shade, but you have to be wise. You have to let the knowledge, like the knowledge. Do not get lost in liking me or other teachers more than the knowledge. Grasp. If you're familiar with something and it's dealing with knowledge, if it's not your knowledge and it's something that you heard, you can't be attached to what people say because you like them. You have to like knowledge. Knowledge is truth. I don't think y'all understand that. Truth is knowledge. Everything else is just everything else. So you have to grasp. Now I want to go on ahead and get into this video, love conscious, because it's very, very deep. Now hopefully everyone's in a nice, comfortable mood so you can receive this. Now love conscious. You have many different states of energy, so to say. You have many different states of conscious. Now we know energy travels. So different emotional states you're in, these are energies. And these travel all through your conscious. So the way you see and perceive things is a matter of the energies that's within you. Now you can learn through many different states, meaning you can learn things while you're filled up with hate. You can learn things in fear. You can learn things sad. You can be sad in life and learn, observe, and see things, and you'll see it different than someone who learned in fear or someone who learned in hate. When I say in hate, I mean what's within. We all walk around, some people walk around sad. Some people walk around full up with hate, and they just negative and hate everything. Some people walk around filled up with fears. So this is what I mean. Whatever state of being you're in, you'll receive knowledge that way, or you'll receive your understanding that way. Now, when you're dealing with love, love is the highest state of receiving knowledge or anything. So this is what I mean by love conscious. You have to be in a certain state of conscious, emotionally. Therefore, you can receive things in their pureness. So this is what I mean by love conscious. You have to be in a state of love, true, within, when you're learning things. This is the only way you'll receive it. You ever hear people say, man, you have to teach a person in love. If you teach them negatively, and they won't learn. So it's the same, the reverse. You have to receive understanding through a loving spirit. Therefore, what you receive can blossom out in you right. Hate blossoms, fear blossoms. Sadness blossoms. Love blossoms. So you have to grasp. Now, if you're learning something and you're full of hate, you will learn that thing in chaotic nature. Because hate is a representative of chaos. From hate, you'll get chaos. So chaos will manifest itself into hate. Peace will manifest itself into love. So you have to grasp. Now, when you're receiving understanding, you want to be in a loving state of being, or a loving condition, so to say, so that you can receive whatever it is through a clear, peaceful state of mind. You want to receive knowledge in peace. If you're studying for a test, you want to be in peace. If you're doing something, you want to be in peace. So this is my point. Love or peace manifests into love. So you want to be in a peaceful state of being when you're receiving something, because this is one and the same with love. And it's a deep thing. Because we view love as a weakness. Grasp. Most people view love as a weakness. So when you hear people preaching or teaching love and we need to love one another, y'all view this as weak. Now the people that teach this, they may be weak. Some people teach love because they're in fear. They fear those in a state of hate. They fear violence. So they preach love, but it's truly fear that they're preaching. So when they're telling you we need to all be in love with one another in good, they're saying this because they're scared of what's beyond love. So you have to grasp. Now when I say you have to learn through love, or I teach through love, it is not because I fear violence. I've been there. I know violence. Violence is nothing to me. So I'm not teaching love out of fear of violence. I'm one with violence and chaos. I'm one with that. I can find my peace in that. I can find my peace in anything. So violence, peace, this has no effect on me. I control these things. So when I teach peace and love, it's not out of fear of violence. It's out of understanding. Understanding peace and how it manifests in the love. And how love is the same. If you receive and grasp things from loving nature, from a loving nature, the depth of understanding will be more than someone learning from hate. A person in a state of chaos, they don't have time to sort out their thoughts and really put morality to it. See, when you're dealing with love, you're dealing with morality, true love, not the selfish love or the fearful love y'all have, but pure love. When you're dealing with pure love, you're dealing with strength, power. It's a very deep thing. Love is the strength. We view it as the weakness, but love is truly the strength. Love is how you were brought into this existence. Your mother and father, they had some sort of love for one another. In most cases, if you lay down with a woman, it's hard because in today's times people are perverse. So they'll lay down with anyone. But for the most part, most people are brought into this existence because of an act of love between their parents. Now, you got from baby stage all the way to the level of life you're at now, as an adult. You made it this far because of love. Someone loved you, or you would have been an orphan on the street, 8, 9 years old, just abandoned. And for most of us, or whoever wasn't abandoned and lived their whole childhood on the street, you have to grasp. Even if you was raised in a foster home. Love. Now some of y'all may say, man, nah, they take them kids into foster care because they want that money. And that's true. That's why I say in the times we in now, all is corrupt. But in a just, you get my point. See, you got from a baby to an adult because someone loved you. And they nurtured you. And they guided you best they could up into adulthood. And you was a knucklehead like all kids coming into adulthood. And they dealt with you. So you have to grasp. Love is what keeps you going. It's the love y'all get that make y'all feel good. When a person is loved by the world, they like, yeah, I'm lit, I got 1 million followers, this is This is like artificial love. Now we know that love is not real, but it's a mimic of it. So it makes people feel good. So that lets you know love makes people feel good. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel as if they can do whatever they want. When you got that support and that love, you feel invincible. It's a deep thing you have to grasp. Love is the strongest of all the emotions. See, hate, we view hate as strength. This is why people walk around all angry and they quick to bark. That's that hate. But hate stems from fear. Hate stems from jealousy. Grasp. You hate a person because they're doing things you truly want to do. You have fears in life that block you from blossoming and being as great as you can. So then you hate those that do the same. You may hate this person for whatever petty reason. There's no reason to hate a person if you want to get technical. So whatever reasons the hate is being pushed out for, it's a defect. There's something wrong with the person internally. There's an internal sickness. They're deprived of something. Something happened to them that it's like a cancer growing in them. We view hate and anger as strength and toughness. A person is, you see a person riled up, screw face, you like, yeah, he's tough. No, he's hurting. There's something wrong. There's a weakness there. You see a person in good, loving spirits. When I say that, I mean just at peace. There's no weakness there. It's just peace, comfort, stability. There's nothing more strong than stability. Stableness. Something being stable means it's strong. A man moving off hate is not stable. And y'all all know this. A person at peace is stable. This is strength. But it all boils down to perspective. We lost in the perspective of others. A lot of y'all walk around with the hate of others. Y'all follow people in ugly, nasty spirits. So y'all act as they act because we tend to unconsciously like to impress those we're around. So if you're around killers, you blend in, lest you wouldn't be around them. Now, let's say you got a group of 8 killers, or street guys. Half of them probably don't even care to live that way and do those things, but they just have love for the other half. They're bonded through the love. So they do things they wouldn't necessarily agree with because they like, that's my boy. So I'll give you a perfect example. When I was in the streets, I used to tell my little homies, if your man do something that you don't like and you don't agree with, you ride with him anyway. You tell him later, nigga, don't do that shit when I'm around you all, period. Because I ride with you like that, man, and you going to have me out here and all types of things I don't go with. But in any event, whatever's done, your man could have done the most wrong thing in life that he could have possibly done. You still ride with him. If they come to get him, you ride with him. Like he right. Because that's your man. And this is my point. That perspective right there lets you know it's the love that bonds people. It makes people do things they might not necessarily view as the right way, but it's just in support of you. This is not a weak thing. The person could be an elder of you, and they say, man, I'm going to hold you down no matter what's going on, but And then they ride with you on all your dumb stuff. They ain't a follower of yours. They come to help clean up your messes. But they do these things out of love for you. They wouldn't necessarily be mingling and jangling with that kind of lifestyle. So this is my point. It's a deep thing. A lot of people go with things. You got the world living in hate. And most people ain't even in a hateful state. They just around people like that. So it's like I just explained in the example, how you kind of go with things because you like, this my peoples and I love them. They messed up in the head, but it is what it is. And in all reality, that ain't what it is. You got to balance the scales. It's a deep thing. You see a man in pain and hurt and hate, you can't combat that with that. It's not going to work. I give you an example. If a man is questioning his wife as if he assumes she's cheating on him or something, or vice versa, and you know how we get defensive, like, yo, why you accusing blah? This is where the problem comes in, because you ignore their pain. You see the accusation, but you don't look behind the accusation and say, damn, they're in pain. They're hurting. They think I did something. The whole energy they bring into me is really a matter of hurt. You don't come to them that way. You come to them how they came to you. Like, why are you coming at me like that? As opposed to saying, hold on, babe, hold up. You in pain, huh? You really think I did something. And then really take them and guide them through. Listen, man, I don't want you to be feeling like that. That ain't what we about. We ain't doing this for that. How can I make this better? Because you can't be feeling like this every time I leave. It's all the perspective you see things from. People come at y'all with hate and y'all quick to throw it back. Never taking a moment to look at the thing and say, what's going on here? Now, I grasp you don't know a person, they come at you with hate, you come back with it because there's no love there. Okay. But then y'all take that and y'all bring it over to your loved ones. So your loved one may come like that in an accusing fashion, and you like, oh, fuck you, and it just gets crazy. It has to be a balance of the scales. These are things I work on with self. Well, I kind of got these things under wraps, you know. When I'm in angered spirits, I adjust instantly. So I'm aware of my emotional state. This is why I say people have to go through their spiritual diet course training with me. This is something that I teach. It's called Spiritual Diet Course. It's about a 30-day to 60-day course, something I teach, and it helps you to understand emotions. It's a whole lot. I don't feel like breaking it down right now, but whatever, you're going to always feel every emotion existing, but you have to control them. So when anger and hate comes upon me, I harness it. This is cancer. We got to get this out of self. Why do I feel angry? And then I just counsel myself through. Now, I've been doing this for over a long time, so I'm pretty good at it. But, you know, you have to build yourself up slowly but surely. But it's a deep thing. Love conscious. You have to start learning from that state. When you click on my video, I tell you this. Before you click on my video, try to find yourself a 20-second exercise or something that you can do to bring yourself down to a calming state, a peaceful state, where you release all the negativity or whatever bad energy you got in you, whether it's hate, fear, whatever went on during your day. Release that for a moment and just come to a peaceful state and just receive what's told to you so you can grasp. Because a lot of y'all walking around in angered spirits, pushing that out and people don't know how to control energy, so they perceiving that, they pushing it, and it's just going all crazy around. If you really get an understanding of things, you sit back and watch how the negativity just is circulating so heavy. And it's a deep thing. It's because people are looking at love, peace, things like this as weak. And it's truly not. It's a matter of perspective, how you view things. And it's a deep thing. We have to begin to understand things from a more omnipresent state of being. You have to understand things from the unphysical, spiritual, whatever words you like better, but you have to begin to grasp self from the flame existence, from the flame's existence. Because you have three states of your being. Body, which is physical. Astral or spirit, which is like flame, light. It's physical and viewable, but it is not graspable. It's not truly physical. It's coming into that state, so to say. And then you have mind or conscious. So you have body, spirit, mind. Mind, body, spirit. But the mind is the conscious. This is unphysical. Thoughts are not physical at all. Yet they exist. And you are of the three. Now you have to grasp. Each part of yourself will exist in those parts of the life. So you have conscious within the spirit and spirit within the body. And you exist in the physical. And you experience things through the physical. And the world you live is physical. Now the physical body will die and deteriorate. And you're left with the astral or the spiritual or the flame of self. And this has the conscious within it. And you will exist in that state of being because the life is the same. The life has those same aspects of living. Physical living, astral living. And conscious living, which is unphysical. So you have an unphysical existence. Then you have the intermediate, which is astral. The flame-like existence, the light existence. Then you have the physical. As you die, as we call it, you die, you shed the physical. You're in the astral, which is in the same existence, but now you see and perceive your existence in that state. And then when the flame existence or astral body sheds itself, you're left with the conscious, the unphysical existence. So you have three different states of existence, and you are made of three. You made up the three: mind, body, and spirit. And you have those same existences. So it's a deep thing. While you're in the physical, you can't see or perceive the astral. So you have to grasp. But when you're in astral, you can perceive the physical and the astral. But you can't perceive the conscious. Now the conscious can perceive them all. Because the conscious is coming into that existence. It's like the word. The word is not physical, but it will become physical. People will do what they heard. It will come into that state. So this is what I mean by those three states. You in the physical, which is the last. You can't perceive what's behind you, meaning you came from conscious, the astral, into the physical. Just like that. Conscious into the spirit of the astral, and both of those into the body. And you go back that way. The body deteriorates, conscious in the spirit. The spirit deteriorates in the conscious. And the conscious exists in its state of existence amongst the other unphysical, which is the most powerful of all the different states of existence. It is the foundation. You have the astral. It can perceive the physical that it's going to, but it can't perceive the conscious or the unphysical that it came from. It's like you. You can't perceive self as a fetus. You can't perceive self as a sperm cell actually getting the egg, which is the body. You can't perceive none of that because that's behind you. It's the same with the life. It's a deep thing. Truly a deep thing. If you know you made a body, conscious, and spirit, then you have to grasp those things have to have an existence that they can exist in individually. You get my point? The body has to be able to exist in the physical individually. The spirit, once the body is gone, the spirit has to have its existence, right? Because the world that the body was in was physical. And it had to go through the same stages also. So the world we live in is physical, but it has its astral side also. It has its conscious or mind side also, which is unphysical. So you have to grasp. You live in a physical world. When you shed your physical body, you'll be in your astral self or your flame self, your light self, spirit. And you have to grasp the existence you're in, it was physical. So it has to have a spirit or astral side also, because all physical things came from the unphysical, and it went through those stages. So my point is that you don't have to wonder, oh, where do spiritual bodies go? Nowhere. Y'all think life is like I come out of the body and then I just poof, my spirit just do like in the movies and shoot up like a shooting star, and the existence you live in, the physical existence you live in, it has its astral self too. Just like water. Starts off as gases, hydrogen and oxygen, completely unphysical. This is like the mind. Then they come together. You get vapor, cloud, vapor. This is astral. You can see it, but you can't grab it. It's not physical, yet it sort of is. You can see it enough to perceive it's something, but you can't really see. You don't really see what the flame is in its true nature, because you're physical and you can't grasp and truly test it. It's a deep thing. But water's the same way. Starts off as gas. This is like the mind. Can't see it at all. Then it comes into a vapor stage where you can kind of see it now. And then it's physical water. Same with you. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Now, did the vapor come from a different place than the physical water? Did the gas come from a different place than the vapor? No. They all existed in their states of existence in the world they're in. So the world they're in has the same existence as they do. So the micro cells within you, let me give you a perfect example. The cells within you, they're in a physical state of existence. And your body is physical. Yet you know you have the astral side of self. So when they die and they go into their astral self, they will be in your astral part of self. Grasp. It's all simple. The life is within the life. However you are, the life is. All aspects of it. Life supports itself. So you just have to get a deep understanding. I know there's so much being taught out there that it makes it hard to grasp. That's why I tell people they have to lock in on one thing and just learn from that. I learned from the life. Unfortunately, when I say that, people think that I guess some people think it's up for debate. No, it's better to learn from books than to life. This is absurd to me. I don't understand that. How could you possibly see that as something that makes sense? Learn from books over the physical life? The stuff in the books is trying to explain life. So life is the source. You just learn from life. But however you have to learn, if you learn from the books, you learn from the books. It doesn't make me no difference. Because knowledge is for self. So if you can't learn from life, it really has nothing to do with you. But same way you learned how to read, you learn how to learn from life. Y'all think things are simple. Y'all don't think about when y'all didn't know. Y'all don't go back to when, okay, I didn't always know how to read. Yet, I wasn't dumb. I had intellect. When you was 3 years old, you were smart. You knew how to do whatever you knew how to do. You knew how to do what the rest of the 3-year-olds did. So you was good intellectually. You just hadn't learned how to read yet. So my point is, reading don't have anything to do with wisdom and knowledge. A person can go their whole life not knowing how to read and do everything. So we have to grasp. Learning from life is how all do. Animals learn from life. Observation. Y'all have a problem. When I say learning from life, y'all so lost in words, y'all think everything has to be talked and heard. Y'all talk too much. Y'all want to hear too much. When I say the animals learn from life, it ain't got nothing to do with talking and hearing. It's observing. They learn from one another by observing, not by running their mouth. Y'all learn from one another by talking. A person tell you stuff that they don't even do, but they tell you. It's a deep thing, man. We getting really lost, man. I don't want to get off topic, but I'm gonna lose my train of thought. I've seen a video with the brother Polite saying worship money or some weird stuff, and I'm like, I hope the brother meant to say resources, which is stupid too. Don't worship nothing physical. You live amongst the physical. There's nothing in the physical that holds more value than you. Grasp that. All the resources we got here, they don't override us. We resources too. Grass, plant life, fruit life, animals, precious stones. All of these things are resources. All the things that y'all have and buy, they come from these resources. Meaning these resources make all the things that we have. Now, paper is made as a representation of the resources. Because slaves can't have resources. That's real money. You get the paper and you buy what's made with the resources. So now when Polite said worship money, I said, man, this brother's getting really lost. This is becoming embarrassing. It's not even funny no more. At one point I used to laugh and be like, this dude is crazy. Now it's like, yo, what the fuck kind of weird shit is he on? Why would you tell people that? Like, it's no point on that. Get money. Everybody get money. Understand, behind money there's resources. Solace teach get that. But in any event, why are we teaching people to get lost? Because that's all that is. People so lost in the wanting to live better than others, this is how we get to this point. With people saying dumb stuff like worship money. I don't care how much you love money and love all the things in the life. We all know within self. Forget all of the swag and what sound good and what's popular, because I know getting money and all that, that's how that goes. I could talk that with y'all, man. Get money, pull up on a nigga and stuff a $100 bill in his mouth like $1 Million Man. And get money, nigga. Tell him, get money. But behind all that cute talk, we all know. You don't want to worship money. That should have had you in jail, dead. all type of foolish, making a fool out of your life, worshiping money. We all know within self, in reality, you don't want to worship money. You want to get money and do whatever you can do with it, but you want to make the money and control the money. You don't want the money to control you. Brother telling you to worship money. He's getting lost. Somebody need to bring that brother back into the light fast, because I don't think he realized he embarrassing himself. This shit's not even... Shit is stupid. I don't understand, but y'all learn as y'all learn. Y'all adjust as y'all adjust. The things that's cool to y'all, I truly don't understand why y'all think they so cool. It be dumb. When I was young, I used to do that stuff. You know, a lot of this stuff niggas do now, I made up half of it. Talking on the phone with money. Before y'all ever think that, man, me and my dudes, we were selling our dope. I used to do that. I used to put money on the side of my hat over my ear, like earmuffs. And all the stupid things y'all could think of. Nigga come outside with earmuffs on. Come outside with 2 stacks of money on the side of my ear. Tell a nigga we warm. It's warm out here. Stacks all around my neck, tucked in my collar. Because I need a scarf. Oh boy. And we did all that swaggity stuff y'all do. That's why I'm real talk. Half the stuff y'all do, I did this a long time ago. My point is this: when a young do it, it's good. I don't tell them, yeah, I don't do that stupid stuff. Enjoy, man. But when you see older brothers still doing dumb stuff, it make you wonder, how long was you poor? Because you got to be broke real long to become a grown man still talking about money. You supposed to just have money and be doing what you do. Like, I be lost. I don't understand this. This is weird. Y'all be thinking stuff is cool. That ain't cool. I'm like, man, half the teachers y'all watch, they was the weirdos in high school. They done found themselves a place in knowledge. Got y'all fooled. Like, this ain't the same goof bag from high school. Ain't nothing different about it. Still a goofy. So it's deep. But now that's not the, because y'all get sensitive. Y'all think everything is a jab. I'm talking real talk. I don't really care about the things y'all do. I could care less. What Polite doing, I could care less. It's not important. It's so real. He couldn't even call me and be like, yo, I'll pay for you to come out to Cali and see me. I wouldn't go. That ain't my type of shit. Man, I don't even indulge in dealing with niggas like, not niggas, but brothers like that when they on that type of tip. Man, we grown. This shit is pathetic. When you look at black people as a whole, it's getting bad, man. Really bad. You got Arabs. You got white people. You got many different people. Black people, the only people not doing absolutely nothing for self. You go to the black neighborhoods, they don't own none of the stores. They go shop in the stores. Can't even barely get credit out the store when they broke. But they go to these stores every day. They shop. They don't own not a store in the neighborhood. They don't own the Chinese restaurant they eat out of. They don't own the Jimbo Fried Chicken and all these different deaf food stores they eat from. They don't own the grocery stores. They don't own none of this. This their neighborhood. They don't own a store in it. Now, what's worse than that? They don't even require these people to hire somebody from the neighborhood. It's absurd. You just let them open up stores in your neighborhood. You don't even be like, yo, you gotta make somebody from this block work here. Or get the fuck store out of here. Nobody buy from them. We don't do nothing. We just go with whatever conditions is laid upon us and we just accept it. Like, okay. A liquor store in the neighborhood, and no black people own it, but okay. Grocery stores, Arabs own all of those. Okay. And we just go like this. It's a deep thing. This is why white people view themselves as the strongest race. The best race. Because they somehow realize that they could just go to every continent and just take over the land because the people just retarded or something. I don't know how to even explain it. But when you remove all biasness and you just look at it in the whole, they managed to go to Africa and every other continent and just take it over and make it their way. And people just allow this. Even after the fact, like you hear me saying it now, and it's like, oh yeah, you're right. And we just keep allowing it. Like, I don't understand that. It's one thing if you don't know, but then when you know, it's like, okay, you just, nigga got his foot on your neck, and then you know. And then you like, oh yeah, his foot on my neck. I wonder, what kind of shit are y'all on? You don't own no stores in the neighborhood. Y'all buy groceries every day. Nigga don't own no grocery stores. Y'all buy Chinese food, don't own that. Whatever store you go to in the black neighborhood, you don't see no black nigga working in them. Don't own none of them. When that's going to change? That's my point. Brothers don't do nothing. Foot on their neck, they just like, oh man, you right, it's foot on my neck. Take your foot off their neck, they just stay there. Like, who gonna put their foot on my neck next? Arab nigga move out of the neighborhood and put his store up for rent. Black nigga don't buy that. He just sit there like a dummy waiting for the next Arab to open up the store. Like, think about it. Y'all all see vacant for rent lots on mad blocks. And then maybe a year, 2, 3 years later, however long later, you see a goddamn Arab store pop up there. And you like, damn, that space was vacant for a minute. Right in the black neighborhood, and ain't none of them looking to buy nothing. Because they all want to be rappers. They all want to be on Love and Hip Hop. It's sad. They all want to be rappers, and they all want to be on Love and Hip Hop. I don't even think black people want to be basketball players and things like this no more. But whatever black people want to be, it ain't got nothing to do with ownership of anything. See, the store owner, he has some type of ownership. The rap nigga don't got no ownership. He don't even got control over what he do. You got to go to this show, nigga, and you better be there because they paid already. You don't go, you're getting sued. So he is slave of... Y'all got to grasp. The entertainers ain't no different than in the past. Slaves used to fight one another for the entertainment of the different masters. So they would have slave fights, and slaves would beat each other to death for the entertainment of white men. And whoever won, he might have got him something to celebrate that he won until his next fight. He may have been treated better than other slaves and had more status than them. And it's the same in today's times. You got boxers and stuff like that, and they beat each other up. And they slaves. It ain't no difference. They beat a nigga up for the next person in entertainment. You get beat up for the... It's just pathetic. And this is the things that we just love falling into. Just like in slave times. You had entertainers and singers and dancers shucking and jiving to entertain their white slave masters. They have a nigga sitting right there at the dinner table playing a harp or some shit for hours. Y'all see how we got radios? Play the radio. It'd be a nigga, he the radio. And they treat him good. He probably get treated better than the other slaves when he ain't sitting there playing, when he ain't sitting there being a radio at the party for the whole goddamn night. He probably treated better than the other slaves, and he probably got a little fame and status around the different plantations. They know him. He play his thing, and this dude, he's known for beating people up, fighting during the nigger fights, and this lady, she may sing, and she known, and she travels sometimes to sing over here at this plantation and that plantation, and nonetheless still a slave, no different, and it's the same now. Slaves is looking to do what they always did, shuck and jive. They're not trying to get no piece of ownership or nothing. You buy the store, you don't own it. You don't own the land that the store owns, but at least you got some sort of ownership for self. Where you ain't slaving for the next motherfucker. You ain't subjected to the next person treatment. Because when y'all go in these Arab stores, I see how they treat y'all. Niggas sitting here begging for 15 minutes for 50-cent credit and shit like that. It's absurd. And I just scratched my head like, yeah, this is crazy. I'd have collared the Arab nigga and took whatever I wanted by that point. But it's deep. We don't have no, I say, man, they killed niggas' whole spirit. It's over. Niggas are like the Walking Dead. Brothers, black brothers are Walking Dead. They sit around talking all day. Brothers would be like, yo, we need to build. I had a brother come up to me the other day. He said, I want to build. I want to build with you, brother. I told him, you don't want to build. Building is a physical thing. What you want to do is talk. Me no talk, nigga. What the fuck? Well, you got to plan. You got to talk so you can plan out what you build. And I said, get the fuck away from me with that shit, man. You know, build and plan as you build it. Y'all talk too much. Y'all, man, this shit crazy. That's why I be saying, like, you got brothers that been teaching for 20 years. When is the building going to happen? How long you need to talk and plan? Brothers think I say this to try to knock people out of teaching. No, I care about teaching. When is we doing something? It's the only question I got. I teach so we can get busy. Buy land, do what we going to do. Something. Motherfuckers talk. Just to talk. All day. Let's build. Y'all don't want to build. Y'all want to talk. Building is physical. Cut it out. It's getting pathetic. I'm truly getting tired of everybody, man. Not of the life. The life is good. The life treats me good. I enjoy that aspect of it. Everything's good. Me learning the way I learn every day from the life and receive, stay in my good spirits. All that is good. But dealing with y'all, trying to get y'all to grasp things that y'all already grasp, but you just ain't gonna never do nothing. This gets annoying. It's like, I'm gonna talk too much. You could be dumb. Ain't no point in having knowledge if you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm really truly trying to find spirits, man, I don't care if you on my level of wisdom. Have the ambition. Be on my level of that so we can just start to do things. I want to do things and I ain't really got no team. So I need to build me up a team of solid motherfucking go-getters that, you know, can execute what's what. Because I got a lot of plans and things to generate money or resources. Well, generate money, I use the money and get the resources. But I got a lot of plans, a lot of goals, and a lot of things I want to get. People think I'm teaching to be broke. No, I'm teaching you what's real from what's fake. Because y'all kind of confused on shit. Motherfucker think paper's worth more than the tree. Like, man, I don't understand what's wrong with people, but I had to build me up a team, man. I would like to have a, because I'm about to close this video out, but I would like to have a Thanksgiving. Now, we all know Thanksgiving is less than 30 days away. So I ain't got that much time, but I want to do a Thanksgiving feast outdoors somewhere in the wilderness with a nice fire burning with the, you know, nice beautiful stones around the fire setting, and we all just gather around the fire like the natives would have did, and we eat and feast. I want to give y'all a little lesson on that whole thing before we eat. And then we eat, and then after that, everybody take their time standing up in front of the fire, either displaying a talent or speaking a truth that they know. And then from there, you know, we just celebrate the life before white people came. Meaning celebrate how America was before white people came. And I want to get that whole setting. It really don't take much to do this. It really don't. It ain't gonna really cost anything like that, you know, food. But it's not really something that's gonna cost or be like really expensive or anything like that. It's just a matter of having maybe 5 or 10 people to actually help me set it up. You know, we gotta get the firewood, get some nice stones to to put around it. Then we got to get the setup right. You know, tables are however we choose we want to eat and get that all set up. Then we got to figure out how we going to have the food set up. I guess we have to get a grill or something out there to keep the food warm. Not to cook it out there, but to keep it warm. Maybe we could set up a separate fire and do it like the ancients would have did it and keep the food warm that way. But, you know, just things like that to get it set up. And then just welcome people out. Come on out and eat. Get a little knowledge. I want to break down, you know, some things about Thanksgiving from the native perspective that, you know, people may not know. And I just want to, you know, do it in a pure way. Not the pagan way we do everything. Because everything we do is we do in a pagan way. It's like Halloween. The natives celebrated something like Halloween, but it wasn't all this stupid putting on costumes and vandalizing stuff. That was a European pagan Halloween, which was called Devil's Day. It was called something else first, then it became Devil's Day, and they both go the same. The day before Halloween was Devil's Day. This is where you vandalize people's properties and them. And then the next day was like, Halloween would have been the treat day, where you get your treats. But the day before that, you get vandalized. And the natives had a Halloween also in a sense, but with their Halloween, it was more like, it wasn't all the goofy stuff where you vandalize people and wear costumes and all this weird stuff, but, you know, they'd gather around and talk about the dead. It was like the Day for the Dead, so you reminisced on those that died. That you knew. Not ghost stories of the dead, but reminiscing on the dead. Like, oh, remember Chief Whoa, yeah, man, I miss him, man, he was cool, and you tell you stories about the chief that passed. Oh, remember the beard I used to live on the mountain, and this dude might be wearing his hide. Because a lot of the furs and things y'all see the natives wore, they wore these things in honor of the animals. They see that animal every goddamn day. So when he died, they like, I'm going to take his hide and wear it so he could still exist. It was honor. It was all honor. It's just like blessing the food, where we pray and say, oh, thank you, God, for this food. In the past, they wasn't praying to no God. They was blessing the goddamn animal. They just killed it. All the food, whether vegetation, whatever. They were saying thank you to that thing. You know, it was alive. Thank you. Sorry I had to take your life. I need to eat. It was a deep, real thing. Y'all just don't got no respect for no life. But in the ancient, not the ancient past, but before the Europeans came here, the natives dwelt in that manner. Everything was forest, and they just cut their little space out in the forest. All the resources and everything is on the land, so you ain't going to cover the land up in a bunch of stones, meaning cement. You ain't going to do that, because that's where you grow your food, and that's pretty much the supermarket. The animals is there. You want meat, you go out there hunt. You go out there pick you some food, etc., etc. But when you're doing this, you realize this is living life. You see it walking around before you eat it. So they had a connection. They kill a life, they cook it up, fillet it up, but then they all sat around before they ate it and thanked it. Thank you. We know this is a terrible thing, but you're going to become one with us, because we're going to eat you. And it was deep. And it's the same with their Halloween. You know, they gather around, talk about their dead, have their little ritual dances and different things they did. It was just a celebration. You know what I'm saying? And it was good. But the Europeans, they got their sick little ways. Now, I'm not racist. I don't want nobody to get lost if you're European and say, oh, well, I don't got time to play games with nobody. Europeans, y'all are sick. You know that. Y'all took over the whole goddamn world. Y'all don't have respect for life or no one. Y'all steal. Nobody invited white people over here, but y'all are here. So don't get my comments mistaken because, like, you think, oh, he racist. No, I'm fine. It's on my people if they accept that. I'm just saying, you're everywhere you are, not because you was invited. and you're at the, whoever runs America, they ain't black. So grasp. Y'all come to a place, y'all take it over, y'all wasn't invited, so y'all are not good people. Grasp. All white people didn't do this, but it's just like y'all say with good cops and bad cops. The good cops know the bad cops. Well, the bad white people and the good white people family. So let's not play dumbass games. Like, oh, all white people ain't like that. Those that do, then you have those that sit on the side and justify what's done. I don't see white people like, oh, we have to get out of America because we don't belong here. Let's leave and then wait and see if they invite us back. No white person's going to say that. So this is my point. Y'all are not in a hole. Y'all are low. Y'all are full of hate. Y'all racist. Y'all are the scum of the life. And that's not coming from hate, racism, or nothing. I'm just telling the truth. According to life and me observing this reality I live in, well, y'all the scumbags in the life. Y'all trying to own life for no reason. In New York City, you have, I think it's Brothers Island. There was an island that they used. It's like, if you got a jet ski, you could literally go in the Hudson River if you in Manhattan, get on a jet ski and ride there. It's less than 2 minutes. Ride on a jet ski. Like, it's right next to Manhattan. Or the Bronx. Because Manhattan and the Bronx is just right next to, all the islands is all next to each other. So my point is this. There's a small island in New York. It ain't even that small if you want to be technical. But there's a small island called Brothers Island. I might be wrong on the name because there's many small islands around New York that are not being occupied. But this island was used for quarantining sick patients back in the recent times with the stupid little war. Not recent like that, but I think Vietnam War times. I forgot the exact date, but the date and all of that is not important. I'll come back later and give y'all the actual dates and all that for this. You can look this up, though. Brothers Island, what was it used for during the 50s and 60s? And they used it to quarantine sick people from the war. Basically, it was a hospital and stuff built there during the 60s, 50s, or whatever. If I'm not completely accurate on the dates, I might be 10 years off it, but it's nothing drastic. I'm like that because that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is this. As society got better, we built better hospitals within the mainlands, Manhattan, the islands we used. So we had no use for Brother Island no more. The hospitals and things that were built there for those that were quarantined, it's just sitting there right now as we speak. The island is completely bare. No one lives there except animals and fungus, because that's all that's growing everywhere. Green fungus growing all over the buildings, and it's a deep thing. No one lives there. Black people could go there and fix that whole island up, about 1 million of us. Go there, fix it up, and have ourselves our own land and our own wealth. Whatever resources is there, we utilize. This is my point. White people, whoever run America, they ain't. It's so much land that's not occupied. Yet, we all bunched up in the cities, living in a stupid system that don't got nothing to do with nobody getting no real wealth, resources, breaking y'all necks for paper. Brother could come along tomorrow and say paper's not in use anymore. We putting everything on card. Then what? Y'all gonna be running around flossing with cards? Whatever they tell y'all wealth is, y'all take it. Mind you, your card ain't nothing. You know that. If I got resources and you got money in cards and a meteor hit Earth, boom! And now we all disoriented. Ain't no more structure, ain't no more system. How long you think it's going to be before you die? Because I don't want your paper money. I have no use for that. I have resources. So I got food, I got precious stones, I got what I need for building, I got seeds, I got resources. You got paper. Nobody want that. So what you gonna do? And this is my point. This is where we at. I got paper. Okay. If you got paper, you might want to turn that over into some sort of resource. Because that's all that matters. Resources. People don't understand. They say, oh, what I'm going to do with resources now? We live by the monetary system. Resources is good in the monetary system. Money is a representation of the resources. I don't know what's wrong with y'all grasping things, but I get the weirdest questions from people. Like, it's just annoying. But hopefully y'all begin to grasp. Hopefully people begin to put fire to ass and get feet marching and do something. Because the way we living is stupid. I'm not understanding how long people want to do this. It's foolish. I don't get it. Not saying I hold my life up for y'all. I'm doing me. But I'm just talking about y'all in the whole. Us in the whole. Because my life could be peaceful and great as it is. But what about everybody else? I can't truly enjoy life as everybody else fucked up. I can enjoy myself, but in my little environment, but you get the whole environments like that, so you can spread out and go here, go there, and just enjoy, and it's deep. I want to have the Thanksgiving feast thing that I was just explaining to y'all, but I don't even know enough good people for that. Like, it's deep. Like, it's deep, man, but I want to do that Thanksgiving thing, man. If you live in New York, and you may not have no family, or nothing really to do for Thanksgiving. A lot of people live in New York. Family might have moved down south. You're the only one left up here. You plan on going to friends and houses and things like this. If you live in New York, email me, Solace031, if you live in New York and you want to help me put this together. Like I said, it ain't going to take much. You just got to find a nice location, which I got a few locations in mind already. It's just a matter of picking which one. And we can sit down, pick one, and then, discuss the eating arrangements, gather up the firewood, and just set up that day. Those that's going to help come out early in the day, maybe 11 a.m. to get to setting it up, and just tell everybody else I'll be out there about 2:30 to 8, and just chill out. It might be a little chilly or whatever the case may be, but y'all going to be outside anyway. Just not doing that. So it's the same. And we just chilling off. Drink you some Hennessy. That'll warm you up. Y'all know what to do to keep warm. Y'all do it anyway. So do what you do. I'm trying to enjoy the outdoors. I like the life. I'm tired of being indoors. It's like a tomb. It is a tomb. It's for sleeping. If you ain't sleeping and you in the house, you're motherfucking living dead. So it's deep. But I want to do something different this year, and I want to teach. I don't want people to get lost and think, oh, so I was thinking, nah, you can see me in life. All the time. Anytime you want. So I want to do that. People come out. I'm going to break down something, probably like 15 minutes. Give y'all a quick jewel. Then we eat, chill. When the sun set, watch that sunset, because that's my thing. I want to eat while the sun's setting. And as the sun sets, people stand in front of the fire and, say they peace. It's a deep thing, man. I want to bring that culture out. And a lot of the Africans did things like this in ancient times also. Maybe not for Halloween, but this was something that was done, sitting around the fire and just networking. I wasn't on fellowshipping. That's a better word. Sitting around the fire, fellowshipping, and enjoying one another's company. And then at some point, the chief elder would step forth and give everybody a jewel. He'll break down a story like a make-believe tale that got to do with a real situation in life, so you can grasp the jewel. So it's deep. And they broke it down like that. I want to do something like that. You know, we come out there. I want to give y'all a jewel. I don't want to say it now. If I don't do it, then I'll do the video of it. I mean, if no one helps me to make this happen, then it won't. But if people come together, nobody's reached out yet. So I just said it today, though. So no one's reached out. But if people reach out, I'll put this together. Nice little shindig. We relax. I'll probably come out there with a little tent chair so I could sit and you come to be comfortable. Bring your comfort. The food, the setup, it'll be there, but you bring your own comfort. And we relax and learn that day while having fun. That's why I like to teach outdoors, because then it's different. You get to really experience and feel the energy of all the life around. When I be out there, all the life around me is energy. It has its energy. The same way you got a spirit and you got energy within you, they all do, the birds, everything around you. And when you got that understanding of energy as I do, it's a deep thing because you just feel it. And energy sustains itself off energy. The same way life sustains itself off life. So you're living life and you eat living life. This is how you sustain yourself. Energy feeds on energy. This is how energy sustains itself. This is why you have to pay attention to what type of energies your energy is feeding on. If you in a hateful spirit at the moment, or angered at the moment, your spirit is feeding on that anger, which is energy. Your anger is energy. Your love, this is energy. When you love somebody, you're pushing out, that's energy. Sadness, energy. Fear, all these different things is energy. Energy feeds on energy. Whatever emotional state you in, that's energy. Your spirit or your energy is going to be feeding on that. So you got to have within at peace always, and always have love in there, so that your spirit can always be feeding on that. It's a deep, simple thing, but it's much to learn. It's your main man, Solace. It's getting very late. Enjoy y'all evening.